Hello everybody, welcome back to Whispers of Machine. Last time we got Cloak for the new day, and we found Katarina. Figured out the whole thing with her. She believes the the Free Church of EPOS is the murderers. So we have to go investigate them. I'm still hoping to get a empathetic perk, because I do want to see what that does, alongside maybe seeing if I also get it. Even if worst case scenario I don't get an empathetic perk, I'll also have the chance of getting a
Morning, Agent. Dr. Parison asked me to tell you to meet him in the morgue. He's done with the remains from the recycling center.
All right, thanks. I'll go have a look before I pay EPOS a visit.
I was trying to say that worst case scenario, if I don't get empathetic, I'll just be fine with another analytical.
Hello again.
Hey there.
I'm pretty sure we asked you everything.
I don't need...
Yeah, we pretty
All
much...
right.
Good luck out.
Pretty sure at this point the police station's kind of useless to us. Unless we need to ask for assistance in a raid or something, probably.
Feeling ill today? Any soreness or fever? See if you can get treatment for something ordinary. The doctor gets so creepy when he's stuck in the morgue all the time.
I'm well, thanks. But I'll do my best to keep things brief down there. He looks sick. I shouldn't. No reason to show...
Shoot him. I don't know. We haven't used our firearm yet, I've noticed. Oof, that's everything?
Well, Leonard, it's been quite gross working with you. Hello again. I've got a present for you, Agent.
Is that so?
Yep, right here on this tray. If you're a fan of minced meat, I've got a bucket full of Leonard out back, too.
I think I'll pass on that
Ugh.
one.
Good choice. The seasoning is subpar, to say the
Oh
least.
my goodness.
You take your jokes way too far, Doctor. Now, what have you found?
Well, obviously, the poor man was shredded. Fortunately for him, it happened when he was already dead.
Yeah, I came to the same conclusion. Can you tell me anything about the cause of death?
Not much with the remains in this state. No signs of toxic substances, but that obviously still leaves a lot of options open.
Yeah.
Noted. So what's this in front of me?
Oh, yes. I noticed a pattern on Leonard's skin, likely a tattoo. These are all the pieces I could find. Not sure how they fit together, but I kept them in case you wanted to have a look.
All right.
Ooh, we
I'll
got a
check them
puzzle
out.
piece puzzle. Can I give him his... Can I please give him his scalpel back? I still haven't...
That combination... I shouldn't show him. That action doesn't...
Like, I thought we would eventually give it back to him, but it doesn't look like we are. Alright, what do we got? Well... We might be able to put it together. Alright. Make sure I get all my pieces away from the middle. Always something I do. Boom. I need to find this. There's that. I might have it too high or too down low. Let me move it up. Move you guys down. Made the mistake of working with the where I think I'm working with the top one. I'm supposed to be going down. There we go. Boom. And you go right there. Right here. I have no idea what the symbol is. It looks familiar, probably, though.
Huh. Looks like Leonard had this symbol tattooed on him. I'll copy it to my notebook.
Now, I want to see if I can get... Oh, we already have Leonard's DNA. I don't know why I'm... Alright.
I had some more...
Shoot.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I know who she is, but that's about it. She's not a patient.
She's not? Even though you're the only doctor in town.
I wouldn't read too much into it. As far as I know, she's a young, healthy woman, and she moved here just a few years ago. She may not have needed any medical care since her arrival.
Yeah,
What do
but
you
we
know
know
about
she
Leonard
did,
Dahl?
but not much could be
Polite and
done.
well-spoken fellow, judging by the few times I met with him.
All right. What did you meet with him about?
Well, typically just routine work when someone hurt themselves in the recycling center. Seems like a hazardous workplace. I hear about accidents occurring there almost on a weekly basis.
What's your opinion on Volter, the robot maker?
Oh, he's a bundle of laughs, isn't he? Sometimes he helps me out at the clinic when I need to calm down an anxious child. Nissa, his little robot, is an amazing tool. First, the child helps me treat Nissa, and afterwards, I treat the child. Seeing the whole process in a safe and playful space makes them much more at ease.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Calm the child down and then help them out.
What's your opinion on the Free Church of EPOS?
I try to steer clear of those people. Any form of superstition, religious or otherwise, is of no interest to me.
So this is how Leonard's tattoo turned out.
Interesting. What does it mean?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Looks like one of those runes Maya liked to litter the town with.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, that's her doing?
Yes. As I understand it, she was a major voice on the building committee.
Huh. I've been wondering where all those symbols came from.
Yeah. Me, personally, I like the aesthetic. I think it gives the town a distinct look.
Definitely. The tattoo doesn't look runic to me, though, but I'll keep your theory in mind.
Have I been missing?
That's enough questions.
Okay.
I don't have a reason to...
Have I been missing ruins around town? I mean, there's stuff like this, but I think that's just supposed to be the language. Have I been blind? Yeah, there's that up there. But I always assumed this stuff was the language, not like. Huh. I always assumed it was just their way of putting a language in the game, not, you know, hey, this is ruins around the town, you should be like thinking they're weird or something.
Looks like an apartment.
A lot of stuff. There's a lot of areas that you would think you need to go into or look like they can go into that don't actually end up being useful.
Hi again.
Hey there. What can I do you for?
No clue if I'm underestimating the length of this game, because it feels like we're coming close to the end, assuming we get one more augmentation. I don't know. I've been kind of judging how long the game is based on each augmentation and how we fill them out and we get new things to do, in a sense.
What do you know about the Free Church of EPOS?
Oh, nothing much. I know their headquarters is over at the old mall past Northtown, but I've never been inside.
Well, actually, I know
I'm
we're...
off.
Take
Well, I mean, it's a pretty obvious place we can actually go to ask. We can go ask Katarina and see if she knows about the symbols since she was helping with Maya. Oh.
He looks busy sifting through the junk.
Oh, you're back.
Sure am. You don't need to worry. I replaced the canister yesterday.
Oh, might as well let her know
The
about this
baby
too.
was fine.
You have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I need to pick your brain about a few...
Okay.
What do you make of this symbol?
Just looks like a stick figure to me.
If I was hoping to ask her. Alright.
So I found this tape in the museum.
Let me guess. Some conduit ravings of Maya's?
Something like that, yeah.
I wouldn't try to make sense of it. She was quite unhinged.
So
Let me guess.
some...
I wouldn't.
Wow. I was hoping she would actually be a good,
All right.
lead.
All right.
Never
Okay.
mind. That's unfortunate. I guess we can just head to the mall then. Actually, I wonder if what's his name is back. He might know what the tattoo. Nope, he's not. It was worth a shot. Noticing the witnesses are all disappearing. I don't know if that's supposed to be a hint that like something's going on with them, or if they just are unnecessary NPCs at this point.
Hi there.
Greetings, and welcome to the Free Church of EPOS. If you wish, you can enter our public prayer room to the right for some silent contemplation.
All right, thanks. What about the rest of the church?
The other areas are off limits to non-members.
I have official police business, though. Special Agent England.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you pass. You're gonna need papers. This is a diplomatic sanctuary.
There's no time for that. I'm trying to solve a triple homicide.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am, but I can assure you that there are no murderers here. I'd suggest you take this up with your superior.
So I'm going to imagine
There's
that
no
we.
time to mess around with paperwork. I'll need to take things into my own hands.
I'm going to imagine we could literally just be like, "Oh, just cloak." But let's actually see what's in the
Looks
doorway
like some
first.
kind of public prayer room or chapel. There are a few people in there.
Oh, I guess I'll just cloak
I
them.
need to get out of sight.
Now let's just go through the door. Easy enough. Whoa.
Thou shalt have. Suppose it wouldn't be a church,
Whoa.
but a Bible quote or two. Sturdy-looking filing. A ventilation panel. Can't reach it from.
Before we go down that way.
A bunch of storage boxes with initials on them. Several of the initials match people I know, but it could be a coincidence. If I had reason to believe one of them was EPOS, it might be a good idea to come back here. Some kind of large pool or bathtub.
All right.
Some kind of assembly hall.
Okay, that's the assembly hall. Can I just straight up...
An armed guard. If you notice.
We've got an intruder!
Ah, shoot. Oh, okay. Can I just...
That's suicidal. Any gunshot
yeah.
would alert the whole building, and there's no telling how many armed men are in here.
Okay, never mind. Well, shoot, I got here and I don't know what else to do.
Looks like a timeline of how the EPOS seals changed over the years.
Wait a minute.
No way. It's the tattoo design. That must mean Leonard is a member of EPOS.
Yeah, he was.
Or, well, he was.
I'm wondering if... This is
I'll
like...
get rid of the sketch, now that I've identified the symbol.
I'm wondering if Leonard was the one who murdered the other two victims, and then he was murdered, so that way there were no, so there,
It says LD on this box right here. That's
so
gotta
there
be
was no
Leonard
loose
Dahl.
ends.
Locked, obviously.
Oh, well. That's obvious. Finally have a use for that.
Got a written piece of paper. Grandmaster Otto, if you are reading this, it means that I have failed. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. My brother has some things for you. They will be self-explanatory. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats the famous quote from my favorite book. I'm sure you remember. Blessings from Leonard, your most humble and... Seems like Leonard was up to something shady. I'll have to find his brother and figure out what the quote is.
Alright. Well, I guess we just leave now. I don't know why we're not allowed to be like, oh, what's in this hallway here? But okay, game. Like, we can very easily go into this hallway. Like, what is over here that's making all that noise? But whatever.
Not right now.
I guess I have more to do. Oh, wait.
That's suicidal.
Oh. Never mind then. shoot. I thought maybe I could, like, knock him out. Shoot. What else is there? Turn the faucet, maybe? Flood the place? And then he'll come back out, and he'll notice it's flooding. Definitely looks like it's doing it.
All right, let's see if this works.
What the heck?
And book it.
That should keep him busy for a while.
Actually, I'm curious.
I should stay.
Ah, nah. I wanted to see if he would be like, who turned this on?
Damn. Ugh, still won't budge.
Ah, shoot. What am I supposed to do?
I don't see how. I don't want to shoot. Not right now.
When else am I supposed to? Oh, now it lets me enter the room.
Some kind of metal workshop with a few men working on what looks like construction materials. The room's a dead end.
Okay, never mind. Is there anything in the file cabinet again? Oh.
Ugh, it's stuck.
The hell is that noise?
Shit.
We've got an intruder!
Oh, gotcha.
All right, it's loose now.
The hell is that noise?
Damn it!
Shit.
We've got.
Really, game? I guess you can only do it once.
All right.
Gotta time it. I'm only gonna do it once per thing, though. Alright, let's see.
6 new members over the last month. The Bacarbo parish is also doing better now.
They managed to resolve their financial difficulties?
Oh yes, Elsa is doing great work there. Sending her on our behalf was the right call. That brings us to the subject of these horrid murders.
Vile acts, for certain. I pray that the church will stay clear of any blame.
Why shouldn't it? We had nothing to do with those atrocities.
I know that, old friend. But surely our enemies will not ignore an opportunity like this.
I suppose so. Our violent past coming back to haunt us.
Sadly, the fact that one of our people was victimized will inevitably draw eyes upon the church.
Yes, maybe it's in our best interest to invite the police as a gesture of good faith.
It would certainly show them that we have nothing to hide.
Very well.
Wasn't
Let's
this the
bring
guy on the train with
subject
us?
to a vote at the council tonight.
Wasn't the old man in the chair on the train with us?
At the very least, it seems like the church leadership didn't sanction the murders. I'll wait a bit and see if they leave.
All right.
Administrative paperwork. I don't think it's safe to go.
Well, might as well use a forensic scanner quick. Leonard was here, so let's see if we have DNA for him. Does not look like it. Maya, maybe. She might have hated this place enough to sneak in. Nope, I guess not.
Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here. Wow.
I guess there's no other place to go but the exit.
Welcome, visitor.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Special Agent violent crimes.
Yeah, you're the
central
one on
pillar.
Oh, it's you again.
Yep, I was right.
The man from the train.
Indeed. I never forget a face.
I wonder if we
but
should have
I'm
closed.
afraid I didn't catch your name.
It's Agent England.
Ah, I am Vilgood. I assume you are aware of our legal status.
Yes, I've been informed. But tell me this. If you had nothing to hide, why would you invoke said legal status?
A church needn't have things to hide to be protective of its privacy. But to prove you wrong, I'll answer any questions you might have.
All right. I'll take you up on that.
Let's get this on.
What do you know about the murder in the workshop hall?
Not much at all. Only that a carpenter was brutally killed there in the night.
All right, Maya.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Only what my fellow church members have told me. That Maya Strand was stabbed to death by a mysterious killer.
Here's the thing: we know he wasn't responsible for Carl's because he was with us on the train en route when the murder had already occurred. So we know bare minimum he's not the one who did that. We can't say for certain on Maya or Leonard's though.
What's your take on the conduit?
Oh, those heretics? Haven't heard anything of them in many years. As far as I know, they are firmly confined to the ash heap of history by now.
Some might argue with that. Your church has a violent past with them, hasn't it?
There's no denying that. We fought many battles with their kind in the youth of our movement.
And now?
Don't be absurd. They are practically eradicated, and we have been a peaceful group for decades.
What do you think about their teachings, then?
Certainly dangerous doctrines if left unchecked. The conduit believes humans will create God in their image, instead of the other way around. In their folly, they forget that humans are flawed, and that their creations will inevitably inherit those flaws. The false god they aspire to create may demand sacrifices they're not prepared for.
All right, what about Leonard's
So
murder?
Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday.
I had a feeling your inquiry would lead us to him.
Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No, he was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He did have a strangeness to him, though. A look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to him?
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he express any desire to do so.
This church, EPOS, what are your teachings?
At our core, we are an Orthodox Christian church. We believe in the one true God and his only Son, Jesus Christ.
And what sets your group apart from
I was
other
about to say,
Christians?
what?
Two things. The reverence of the essential humanity in each and every one of us, and our stalwart opposition to false idols. Prior to the collapse, the great flood of our time, we arose as a reaction to the disgraceful habits of that era. The widespread worship of anything and everything but God. Wealth, fame, mindless pleasure. The sickening mutilation of our bodies to the point where some were more machine than human. And the worst of all, the pursuit of AI superintelligences. False gods that humans aspired to construct for themselves. We oppose it all for the glory of our Creator and the salvation in our future.
And how do you go about preventing people from worshipping these false gods?
Not by violence, if that's what you're implying. Such things belong to the past.
So it's just a coincidence that the only armed man I've seen in Nordson was right behind your doors?
Sadly, the world is still in a state where men with guns are a necessary evil. However, no laws have been broken. We have every right to bear arms.
Alrighty.
Do you know what kinds of books Leonard liked to read?
One book he borrowed frequently was The Kingdom of God is Within You. In fact, it still hasn't been returned. It should be among his estate.
Would you be able to say if he had any favorite quotes from that book?
No, you should ask someone who spent more time with him.
Fine, I'll do that. What kind of book is it anyway?
It's about non-violence, to summarize.
Got it. Thanks.
All right, now that's got people.
What do you know about Carl Oscarson?
I must confess I didn't even know his name before I heard he was a murder victim.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Kurt's nephew. We only met briefly a few times.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I believe I've seen her around town with the school children, but I don't know much about her.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
He's no member of the church, but he's a fine man blessed with strong Christian morals. Compassionate, forgiving, and open-minded. I was good friends with his late father, and I'm glad to see that his son followed in his footsteps.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
Cunning woman, that one. She's been a thorn in our side ever since she joined the town council.
Yeah? How so?
She has a penchant for political obstruction. Things like hindering our building permits or imposing unreasonable restrictions on our street preaching.
Why do you think she's been acting that way?
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say she has some kind of grudge. Some Christian out there must have greatly angered her at some point.
I mean, we do know she got into a fight with someone recently.
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasional late-night chess game with her in the canteen. It's fascinating how trivial activities like board games can bring such different people together.
I can agree with that.
Saying that I was as shocked and appalled as anyone when I learned of what happened to her.
I can definitely agree with that, that board games bring people together, no matter their views or personal opinions.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
He and I have quite different takes on life and death, to put it lightly. But alas, a man of my age needs to see a physician regularly to keep the Grim Reaper at bay. So I grit my teeth and endure half an hour of his morbid humor.
I keep thinking if I had cloak on, I wonder if I would have avoided this.
What do you think of Walter?
I don't know him well, but he seems like the kind of man who plays the part of the clown to hide a deep wound.
Do you know who Leonard Dahl's brother is?
I believe his name is Rolf. Quite a shady character, if you ask me.
Oh, the gardener, right?
Yes, that's him.
Wait a minute. Go.
What can you tell me about Rolf?
Not my favorite person. He mocked the Lord when I first met him, and I don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
I don't want to I'll keep it to myself.
I feel like I'm going to regret this.
Recognize this?
I do. Read it even many years ago.
Know thy enemy?
Something like that.
Never mind. Takes a bit of a...
Do you recognize this woman?
I do. That's one of the teachers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that pretty much sums up what I know about her.
I don't think he'd be in...
Yeah, I don't even know why we still have the bloody photo. It's kind of useless at this point. We already know it was Katarina.
So this is the person I left behind. Alex.
I see. He passed away.
Yes.
My condolences. I'll pray for his soul.
No, I don't want to provoke him.
He can still call for the guards. He hasn't lied to us. Or at least nothing that we could tell, so...
Understood. I'll be here if you have more inquiries.
So I guess we can just come back anytime?
Oh, the passage led back here. Good. Since I left the door unlocked behind me, I'll be able to come back the same way.
Okay, so we can just straight up ask him then. Or ask him for more information. Okay, so we now know where we need to go next. We need to go back and... Ooh. Wasn't expecting that. No, let's go... Because I don't want to talk to Rolf until we have the quote and the book in mind. So let's go to Anderson's office and let's grab the address records first.
I don't think I need...
Okay, no, fair enough.
I don't think I...
Wait, what?
I don't think I...
Why?
I don't see how that...
Why would I not look up his address if his... What? Wait.
A collection of what seems to be both...
Why would I not want to look up his address if his book's at his place? Okay. I don't...
Grandmaster Otto, I'm sorry. I told Blessing...
And we learned from it. We know the book's missing. I'm very confused why we would assume then that he's the one who has the book. No, if the book is not then returned. Whatever. I guess we'll go talk to Rolf then.
Hello, Rolf.
Hey, look, I'm pretty busy here. Not really a good time to talk.
This can't wait. You heard about your brother, right?
It's a small town, what do you think?
Sorry about your loss, but I really need to ask you some questions.
Fine.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know what Rolf could have done to... Because remember, we found out they're either super... Actually, no, he's a male, so we could have been able to obtain them. Never mind.
I'm sorry, Rolf, but I have to ask you about your brother's death.
I know, and I wish I had something to give you, but I don't know what happened.
So you have no idea who'd want to kill Leonard?
It's gotta be the nutjob who killed those other people, right?
It's possible, but far from certain. When was the last time you talked to your brother?
A week and a half ago, or so.
Okay. How did he seem? What did you two discuss?
He was his usual self, but what we talked about is private.
Look, every little detail matters. What he said could be the key to
I don't know why I
finding
didn't
his
put on
killer.
my...
I'm not gonna betray his trust. If you...
Alright, let's try it again.
I'm sorry.
I know.
So you have...
It's
a
week and a...
Okay.
He was his usual.
Look.
I'm not...
Alright.
What can you tell me about the Church of EPOS? I know for a fact that your brother was a member.
So? That's not a crime.
Come on, Rolf, work with me. Don't you want me to catch your brother's killer?
Yes, he was a member, but I'm not. I spent 10 years trying to get him out of that place.
Why would you do that?
Because he changed. He became this sullen, slow, serious, fucking block of a person. He used to be so full of life, you know? I know he died just yesterday, but the Leonard I grew up with, he's been dead for a long time.
I understand, Rolf. Thanks for sharing.
That sounded sincere.
No, I don't want to tip him off before I figured out. What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener.
That's
Oh,
not...
right. I forgot that we met him on the first day.
I should keep this to my...
Shoot.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is? The school teacher. She also calls herself Melinda.
Sure, I've seen her around, but that's pretty much it.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rolf?
I'm not in the mood for small talk. Ask your questions so I can get back to work.
What kind of relationship did you have with your brother?
The sibling kind. We weren't enemies, if that's what you're asking. The rest is really none of your business.
Oh, you're definitely not friendly.
What do you think of Walter?
He's kind of a loon, isn't he? And coming from me, that's saying a lot.
Well, shoot.
What do you think of... That's it, for now.
Good.
Shoot. Can't look up his address, which I thought you could. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot that he lives in the recycling center.
There it is, the book from the library.
I don't know how I forgot about
Got
that.
it. The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks ancient, pre-collapse for sure. A number of pages are marked in the margins, likely to easily find them. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need,
Didn't mean to
there's
hit
too
my
much
mic.
text. I'll need more to go on. Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it.
Just saying, that's why I was like, why do we not have the witnesses? Because I would go ahead and ask, whatchamacallit?
I don't have a reason to go around.
Because I would ask, the coworker of his, since they seemed pretty buddy. But witnesses are gone.
I have a few more questions.
I'm listening.
I like this guy's voice actor. I don't know. It's both relaxing and intimidating in a sense.
You found the book.
Yes, it was among Leonard's belongings. Do you happen to know any quote from it that he was fond of?
Afraid not. I didn't have daily contact with him, so I couldn't say.
Darn.
That's all.
Understood.
Ah, shoot. We don't want to talk to the brother about that because he would... We know Katarina didn't have any contact with him. Maybe Alter.
Hi again.
Hey there.
So I'm
Does he look like an avid...
Boy's right. You're asking the wrong guy.
So I'm
Boy.
I'm
Fair
off.
enough. Ah, shoot. Who else? If we had the coworker, I would ask him, but... Is that him?
Hey there. How are you holding up?
Oh,
It is.
you again. I'm doing okay,
Some.
I suppose.
What's your opinion
Oh,
on the Free Church of
not what I
EPOS?
want to click on.
I don't know much about
Who's
it.
this?
But going to church doesn't sound like the worst idea. Maybe I should go and light a candle for Leonard.
Well, this one's obvious.
Do you remember Leonard quoting a book?
He used to say this phrase every now and then. Not sure if it's from a book, though.
Yeah? What was the saying?
I don't remember exactly. Something about life and being human, I think. Sorry.
Have a look at these marked pages.
Okay, here we go.
Does anything remind you of things Leonard used to say?
Give me a minute, will you?
Sure.
Here. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Leonard used to say that whenever I was late for work.
Perfect. Thanks.
There we go. We got the
No
quote.
problem.
Do you know any...
Not really, just...
I think
Do
we
you
asked
know
these on.
No.
No.
Oh.
What can you
I already told you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Do you know Rolf, the plant master?
Sure, he brings our gardening waste to the recycling center every week. He's kind of an asshole, though. Always seems to be trying to rip you off.
Alright, I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Who's this?
Hi there.
Hello, stranger.
Newcomer, right? What brings you to town?
Is it that obvious? I'm here for matters of the faith, you could say.
I understand. Well, best of luck with that.
Interesting. Okay. Anyone on the balcony? Nope. Sorry, she's a little odd looking. Kind of draws your attention. Alright, we have our quote. Now...
Grandmaster, I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats blessings from Leonard.
Alright, so I guess we just say it to him.
Hey, I had a few...
Fine.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I don't believe this.
You have something for me, Rolf?
I guess so. You know, you're the last person I was expecting. Was my brother a police informant?
Yeah. We were building a case, but that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Shit! That's crazy. Wait here, I'll be right back.
He bought it. Okay, fair enough.
Here, now go bury the bastard that killed my brother.
I'll do my very best.
Alright, what's the package?
Got rid of the note. Let's see here. There was an audio tape and a few documents inside.
Alright, let's do a start with the documents, and then I'll go. We know where to put the audio
These
tape.
look like surveillance reports. It seems that Leonard was investigating Carl, Katarina, and Maya. The museum, the junk heap, and the apartment at Mimir Road are all mentioned as locations of interest. Leonard must have followed them around town and documented their activities. There's not much new to me in here, but there's mention of multiple tape recordings. Maybe they can offer some other clue to the killer. I need to figure out some way to play that tape.
Alright, I think I'm gonna cut it here, though, everyone. Next time, we will probably go and figure out this audio tape. And I'll have to rehear that again, because I literally just got interrupted. So, anyway, until then, everybody, see you next time.